Like I said an hour and a half ago, I think, I agree with Mr. Zimini. I think the board has to decide whether we want to go through with this lease or not, and then if it's in the affirmative, then we can charge the attorneys with getting together to work out the results. So I will make the motion that we charge Attorney Hall with sitting down with all the attorneys involved and redoing this lease and bringing it back to us at the next, at our next meeting.
Second.
Okay, any further?
Sure, and I think that most of our concerns are addressed in that document. I think that you could invite any of the other members to opine on anything else that any other issues that they may have. But I think that, first of all, I appreciate your time. I know that this has been a long time coming for you. I want to get this thing moving. I either want to kill it or get it moving. And so therefore, I really think that the attorneys can work out any issues that we may have and bring it back to us, and then we'll vote on whether we'll execute the lease or not. I just wonder if that's the will of the board. I guess I can speak as a parent. I have 2 kids that go to the Voc School, as you know, Victor, and I have a real problem with taking the power of voting your representation away from the voters. And that, I think, is what we'd be doing if we appointed members to the Voc School. So I have a real issue with number 5. Number 4, I mean, no matter what way you look at it, the power of our representation is diminished, is going to be diminished. So I'm having a problem with that as well. But I would have to say that I'd be more in favor of number 4 than number 5, as Attorney Hall has put out.
The pro rata?
Yes. That way, we still elect our own representatives, and the makeup of the board doesn't change. You just get less of a percentage of weight in anything that you vote on, which is going to happen anyway. If you've got 10 members from Lowell and 3 members from Dracut, our power is diminished anyway. So I would not be in favor of taking the people's vote for representation away from them, especially being a parent of children at the Voc. I think, especially with working on the Voc School project, as we all did in the past, there are a lot of people in this town that really don't realize that the Voc School children are actually our children. And with that said, I don't know as if the voters would know that by electing a Dracut School Committee person, that they're actually electing someone that's going to appoint our representative to the Voc School. There are a lot of people that don't make that connect. And quite frankly, I like it the way it is. If you're going to be diminished, let's just diminish the percentage of your vote. Let the people vote for their own Greater Lowell representative, which would be number 4.
Currently, we have 7 permanent and 2 alternates, correct, on open space?
Yes, actually, I met with the Open Space Committee, and probably could fall under committee reports. And I guess what's happened with that committee is they were 7 permanent members and 2 alternate members, and then a lot of people went to the CPA, and things have changed, and they're now at the point where they actually have 8 very hard-working members. And they asked if perhaps we could change it to 9 permanent members with no alternate members, and they would look for the 9th member. And when I talked to the town manager, he says this is under our purview. This is a request from the committee. They have a very hard-working guy on the committee called, his name is Bruce Cody, and if we go to 9 permanent members, I'd be asking the town manager to appoint him as a permanent member, and then also put out a...
It's a board appointment.
Okay, I would ask the board to approve Mr. Cody as a permanent member, and then also put out, an opening for 1 more permanent member. It really doesn't change the makeup of the board, and this is their wishes.
But why don't you elaborate on that?
Sure. The request tonight is for the town manager to arrange some type of a meeting between all of the utility companies to see if we can somehow, or at least so someone can explain to me what the double pole eradication program is, because there seems to be a gazillion double poles in town. Now, the reason that this came to my attention was the day after I was elected, there was a double pole on the corner of Hunting Ave and Passaconaway, and a gentleman called me and asked, not that it be removed, but he asked, could I at least help him get on a list to get this double pole removed from the corner of his property? And he was very nice about it, and the property was immaculate. He had a beautiful lawn and flowers in the flower beds and 2 big sticks sticking up out of the corner of his lot. So I originally asked the director of the DPW if he could help me, and I think Dennis and I also might have had a conversation at one of the meetings, and the answer was, well, we beg and we cajole and we hope they come by, and maybe if we're lucky, they'll remove these double poles. So since then, since May, since I've been waiting for this double pole to be removed from this one gentleman's corner lot, I've noticed all the other double poles in town. Now, I don't know if at one point we actually had an inventory of them. Some of them, if you look at them, are absolutely ridiculous. There is a double pole on the corner of Mill Street and Lakeview Ave that is not only a double pole that's hooked to another pole, but it's got little blocks of wood underneath it on the bottom. I don't know what that does, other than make the whole town look ugly and terrible. But the specific one that I've been waiting to see how long the process takes is really an eyesore. And the guy's a very nice guy that just wants to get on a list. So where is the list? Can we bring people in? Can somebody explain to me what the process is if you have a double pole on your property? I've also noticed that double poles are also in the sidewalk. I don't know if any of them are. I'm hoping that none of them are blocking access to wheelchairs or whatever. I would hope that they're, you can at least get by there. But I have seen poles in the middle of sidewalks. I don't know if that's a common practice or whatever, and I know that this is probably not real important to a lot of people, but this double pole on the corner of Hunting Ave and Passaconaway is very important to a guy that spends a lot of time taking care of his property, and it's an eyesore. So with that said, I'm just wondering, through you to the town manager, if we can have these people come in and somehow come up with a pole eradication program, or at least tell me what the process is.
Just occurred to me, and not certainly to make light of a important issue, but come November 15th, there will be one less pole you have to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, no, because they got a new pole now.
No.
Very good, Dennis.
Okay.
All right.
Long on David Letterman.